This is my United Triple Strike made by Williams that I'm going to sell. 1983 game, Williams System 6, probably Williams System 6 technology. It does have the interconnect circuitry. So we have a CPU board over here behind the glass and then a driver board below with an interconnect, and that is a new interconnect. At least the female sockets are new. Over here is the power supply behind the glass. I have a photo of this I might post in this video. And I've replaced the capacitor, the 5-volt filter cap. Displays look pretty good. Probably the least of these in attractiveness would be this one over here. It looks like it's burning a smidge. Frame seems to be intermittent. It comes and goes. What else is there to say about that? Plexi instead of glass. And this one is plexi also. And it's blinking our game over. So we're in game over mode. Let's move around to the back. It's got wear and tear. It's been operated for many years, no doubt. I put some new bolts back here for the head. I think it probably only had one or so. So whenever I bought it, so I wanted to make sure that I had some good ones. And then up here, let's see, that's the soundboard. And we have power AC here, service outlet. And if you look down in here, we have the fan that's running and fairly silent. It's been lubricated recently. There's another little fan over there that operates when the pins go up or down. There's this mechanism. I am a pinball person, not a puck bowler guy. Can't tell you much about it. It probably all needs to be lubricated in there. My main function was to clean everything, and I really did. Had all kinds of garbage in there. And I had two starters for the fluorescent bulb. There's two bulbs, rather, two starters that fire those up. It was a really cheap. I accidentally sucked one into a shop vac. And so long gone it is, and I'm not going into the shop vac to get it. Probably $1, I think. Pretty cheap at a hardware store. Not much else to say about the back side of this. Wear and tear. Lots of wear and tear from the ages, but I mean, it's really not terrible. Now this is really not very attractive. So I have a brand new one that I purchased, not cheap. So that's what this is. We can see the other side that doesn't have the protective coating on it. Nice and shiny. I believe it's stainless steel. I got a couple of wheels. Those two wheels were intended to go and should probably go right down there to replace the originals on this top portion of the cabinet, or the bottom portion of the cabinet. And I have a new puck. The blue one is the new one. And the red one is the old one. And I have some new sand that's never been used, or shuffleboard powder. Sun Glow. The good stuff, right? Coin door inside. There's not a lot to see in there. This big slam tilt switch off to the side over there. It's kind of funny. We got another one here. Boy, man, somebody would have to pound this thing to really activate that. It does coin up, so it should remind you of pinball if you're familiar with pinball. We can flick this. There's our coin up. And I do not have any LEDs or anything in this game. Well, all right, whenever you start a game, and I'm just going to show you the operation, not so much of how puck bowlers work, but of this one. I'm ready to go. I got a credit, so I'll hit start. And now notice the pins went down, but one went back up. So that's an intermittent. Occasionally that one pin will go back up. Probably related to these switches here. Now, one thing I didn't do, and honestly, pretty certain that if I would just have cleaned all those switches, I probably would be in great shape to sell this for more. The way you're going to clean those switches, and when I say clean them, I would probably take them all out and tumble them in a tumbler, or you could just use like a steel wool pad maybe and take care of that. But yeah, the intention was to drop this pan down here. That's this thing. And inside there is probably a whole lot of powder or sand, and get into those switches and clean them really good. There's no telling how much sand or powder there is. I tapped it earlier, and there's what fell out of it, just tapping it with my hand. So, you know, over the years, A lot of that has fallen into the cracks there. Okay, so let's get going. Let's just play the game. We can change the game here. It says press the button to select game, so I can press that button right there, and it will change the game around. There's flash. You can see the lights moving across the front marquee. Big strike, strike 90. So it goes from regulation to, well, I hit that too fast. Triple strike. There's triple strike. Flash. I just skipped big strike, sorry. Let's go to flash here. Actually, and you can see also on the playfield surface there, the shuffle surface, all the lights are working there, so that's cool. But there's no way I can actually compete at that with timing and hold a camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go regulation. There's regulation game, and I'm ready to go. I just need to grab a puck and go. So of course, if it had powder on it, it would be really smooth. It's not going to be very smooth, but let's throw a couple. All right, I got, those two there. I got one. Now there's that one that lifted back up. Absolutely no way to get that. My score right now, 15. A whopping 15. And you do not see what frame I'm in. Again, something up with that display. Don't know what, because it was working earlier. Can't get a spare to save my life. And there's no way to get that. To me, the only reason why you would ever have 3 pins like that is if you had some problem with a switch not registering, huh? And I should have gotten that last spare, didn't get it. Saying beer frame now. Let's go for the beer frame. Holy cow, I got a strike. And if you look at player 1, you see the X. And again, I got that weird spare that I'll never be able to get. And it looks like I get to throw again. Okay, not so good. Still don't know what frame I'm at because the display won't show it to me for now. Terrible throw, nothing went up at all. Oh, they went up and they went back down, kind of down. See, she's old and achy. She wants to work. Okay. That looks like a strike, but the pins didn't go up, or maybe they went up and reset. At least it tried. Weird spare again. Now if you look at the frames, it looks like I got a 1 on the left digit of the frame, so this might be the 10th frame. Maybe the far right digit's not working, and maybe that display is going bad. I got the bowl again blinking, and I got 1 strike, so maybe that was the first strike of a 10th frame. And there's that weird spare. And there's game over. So, looks like my bowling score was, that's the high score to date, it looks like it was 107. Okay, how could I do better? Well, taking that pan down and cleaning all of those switches is going to help this thing play a lot better and be accurate. Also, throwing this all over the surface so it'll slide across really smoothly would help tremendously too. But I think you can see that electronically we're about 98%, well, we're over that. We're probably 98.5% there. Looks like we just got a little bit of issue right over here on that display. All the lights are working. And I think switches wise, the big thing is going to be dropping the pan and cleaning those up. Why am I selling this? I have no more room. I have a room that's packed full of stuff, and I've got lots of higher end restoration work going on, and I need to complete it. So please help me by buying this from me so I can get more space in my place.